Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The World's End. And this movie is directed by Edgar Wright, and it's the third installment in the Cornetto trilogy. And I thought it was great. I thought it was better than Shaun of the Dead. I know a lot of people love Shaun of the Dead, but I think I like Hot Fuzz better than this movie. It's a close second for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was laughing quite a bit, and I think the comedy and the characters are really strong in the movie, and all the characters are very well defined, and the performances are great. And Simon Pegg, he's amazing in this movie, and I really love him as Gary King, and he's perfect for this character. And one thing that I really love about this trilogy is that Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, those two, they play completely different characters in each installment from this trilogy. And they work so well in each role, and I'm just amazed as to how much I'm able to see them as a new character, not just the actor or an actor just being themselves. I'm actually seeing a character on screen, and this is one of those cases where they really succeeded, and I really enjoyed it. And I really loved what this movie is going for, and I really liked the story and how it's just an excuse for all these crazy things to start happening. And there's some really great dialogue in the movie, and there's really great moments where characters are hilarious, and the editing in this movie is really great, and I love how it is used to add some comedic effect to the film. And also, another thing this movie gets right is the action, and it's very well handled, and it's exciting, and everyone else in this movie was really good in it too. And Pierce Brosnan, for a couple scenes, he was really good in the movie, and Martin Freeman I really enjoyed in the movie, and just all the characters are very well defined, and the movie never really wastes any time, and it perfectly establishes the world that it's set in, and there's so much in this movie that is just shown visually, and they don't really need to over-explain anything, and I think it's always very well handled, and the characters are handled in a way that's respectful, and it doesn't make you feel like an idiot, or sorry, the movie never treats you as though you're an idiot, really, and it's always fun to watch, and it doesn't fall into stupid cliches or tropes. And if it does go in that territory, it kind of just makes fun of the fact that it's kind of a trope, where there's a scene where Gary King, he's offering, he holds out his hand because a woman is on the ground that she just fell, and it looks like he's trying to help her back up, but in reality he's like, no, could you pass us a cig, please? And I thought that was pretty funny. There were some nicer reincorporations in the movie, and it wasn't just from the beginning of the movie to the next scene in the movie. Sometimes it was somewhere in the middle, and it gets reincorporated towards the end of the movie, or closer to the beginning. And the reincorporations are very well handled and not just in your face, and enough time has passed where you can go back to it, and I thought it was always well handled. The effects in the movie were well handled, and it was never fake looking for the most part. There were some effects that looked a bit goofy and unrealistic, but for the most part it worked well. I also really enjoyed the moments when it was kind of taking itself seriously and was about its characters, and the drama in the movie is very well handled, surprisingly, and I was not expecting that from a movie like this, but they managed to pull it off, and I'm very happy that it happened that way. And if we're going to talk about any negatives that I have with the movie, I thought the score was kind of weak for the movie. It's just, I'm not going to remember this movie for the music. And what I'm going to remember this movie for, is the action, and the comedy, and the characters, and the editing choices, and how much all of that was enhancing my experience. But when it comes to the music, it just, that's the only thing that is kind of forgettable to me. And one other thing about this movie, it's I only bring this up because it's a little bit more reminiscent to Shaun of the Dead than Hot Fuzz to me, but from memory, Shaun of the Dead, it was like a comedy, a parody of zombie movies, while at the same time being successful at being a zombie movie. And what I mean by successful, as in like there are moments that were kind of scary and very successful in that regard. In this movie, I didn't really feel scared by anything. And I don't take off too much for this movie because of that, because from what I got out of the movie, it wasn't trying to be a horror movie necessarily, but at the same time, there were some missed opportunities for me. And the first scene you get with like something weird going on, I thought that was well done and well effective, and you're like, what is this? And it was well done from that perspective, but for the rest of the movie, I just didn't feel a lot of tension from it. With all that being said, I still think this is a great movie, and you should definitely check it out. And it might be my second favorite out of the Cornetto trilogy. It's pretty close with Hot Fuzz for me. And I love both this and Hot Fuzz, and Shaun of the Dead is my least favorite. But definitely check out The World's End. I think it's great. And with all that being said, I'm going to give The World's End an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of The World's End, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Hardcore Henry. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.